Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a really big idea. What if human impact has become so massive that we've actually shoved the Earth into a whole new chapter of its history? A chapter written by us.
All right, so are we living in a new geological age that we created? To even start to tackle a question that huge, we first have to get a handle on how scientists even measure our planet's incredibly long history, all 4.5 billion years of it.
Yeah, to wrap our heads around this, we've got to think in what's called geologic time. It's how scientists place our story in the context of Earth's entire 4.5 billion year history. They basically read the planet's past in layers of rock. So geologic time is broken down into these huge chunks, eons, eras, epochs, all classified by what's in the rock layers. And officially, for the last 11,700 years or so, we've been living in this really nice, stable climate. This period is called the Holocene Epoch. It kicked off right after the last ice age, and its warm, steady climate was, well, perfect. It's what allowed human civilization to absolutely flourish. But a lot of scientists are now saying that that stable, friendly period is over. And they have a name for this new age, the Anthropocene. It comes from the Greek for man and new, basically the age of humans. But here's the kicker. It's not just that we've changed the planet. It's the incredible breakneck speed at which it's all happened. I mean, look at this timeline. Earth forms 4.5 billion years ago. Modern humans? We only show up 200,000 years ago. That's nothing. And for almost all of that time, we were just another species. Then, maybe 70 years ago, something called the Great Acceleration kicks in, and bam, everything changes in what is, geologically speaking, less than a heartbeat. So let's talk about that moment, that explosion of human activity. Scientists call it the Great Acceleration. This is the point right around 1950 where humanity just slammed its foot on the gas. Population, consumption, industrial output, you name it, it went straight up. It's the moment that a group called the Anthropocene Working Group suggests is the real start of this new epoch. But this incredible acceleration, well, it came with a huge, huge cost. And that cost has triggered something our planet hasn't seen in millions of years, a new mass extinction. And what makes this one unique in all of Earth's history? For the very first time, it's being caused by a single species, us. Right, so we're looking at an unnatural extinction event. Look, the Earth has had mass extinctions before, from giant asteroids or supervolcanoes. But this one is different. It's a crisis happening way too fast for life to adapt. The changes are just happening frighteningly quickly. The rate of extinction today is so much faster than it has been for millions of years. Evolution, natural selection, it works, but it needs time. And we're simply not giving life on Earth any time to adapt. And the scale? It's just staggering. Scientists estimate that 1 million animal and plant species are currently facing extinction. 1 million. And you have to remember, this isn't just sad. It's dangerous for us too. We depend on these complex ecosystems for everything. Clean air, water, food. When they start to unravel, so do our own life support systems. So if future geologists 1 million years from now were to dig through the rock layers, what would they find? What are the permanent fingerprints we're leaving behind? Well, they'd find signs of what you could call human overwhelm. We're talking accelerated global warming, widespread ocean acidification, evidence of massive scale resource extraction. Our impact is so big, we're literally overwhelming the planet's natural forces. Now, to make a new epoch official, scientists look for something very specific in the rock record. They call it a golden spike. Think of it like a definitive bookmark in Earth's history that says, right here, this is where the new chapter began. And for our time, well, there are a few man-made candidates. What kind of markers are we talking about? Well, first, there's radioactive debris from all the nuclear bomb tests starting around 1945. Then there's plastic. Microplastics are now found everywhere, from the deepest ocean trenches to the highest mountains. And then there's soot from burning fossil fuels. These things don't just go away. They're becoming part of the rock itself. A layer that will basically scream to the future, we were here. Okay, so what does this all mean for us right now? It means we are at a fork in the road. Seriously. The evidence suggests the next few decades are a tipping point that will determine our long-term future.
So path number one is business as usual. We just keep doing what we're doing. The risk here is triggering uncontrollable environmental change, basically locking the planet into a much hotter, much less stable state. That's a world none of us would want to live in.
Path number 2 is what's called planetary stewardship. This isn't just about solar panels and electric cars. This is a much deeper transition to sustainability, and it requires a fundamental shift in our values, from exploiting the planet to taking care of it.
And then there's a third option, a real high-risk, high-reward kind of deal, geoengineering. This is where we use massive technology to try and fix the climate, like blocking sunlight with particles in the atmosphere. It's basically treating the symptom, not the cause. And the cure, well, the cure could easily be worse than the disease. So there you have it, laid out pretty clearly. 3 potential futures. We can continue on our current path and risk collapse. We can pivot to sustainability and stewardship, or we can take a massive gamble on geoengineering.
You know, there's this great analogy that really helps to understand the situation. Think of the Earth's climate system like a massive cargo ship. It's huge, it's stable, but it turns very, very slowly. What we've done in the Anthropocene is strap a bunch of rocket engines to that ship and fire them all at once. The system just isn't built for that kind of sudden change, and now it threatens to capsize.
And that leaves us with a really profound and honestly pretty heavy question. We're the very first generation to fully understand the scope of our impact on this planet. And we might just be the last one with a meaningful chance to do something about it. So, what will our legacy be?